Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. We have some serious news coming out of MetLife Stadium that could shake the entire NFC East and perhaps even the entire NFL landscape. It's one of those moments that, if you're a Giants fan, you're going to want to pay close attention because the impact could be felt for seasons to come. We're talking about the unfortunate injury to Malik Nabers, the Giants' star wide receiver, which could very well be season-ending. And let me tell you, when you see what happened, you realize just how fragile a season can be when key players go down, especially early on. Malik Nabers, who's been showing flashes of brilliance this season, was carted off the field during Sunday's game against the Chargers, and from all indications, the injury looks serious enough to potentially end his year. Now, just to set the scene, it was in the second quarter, about 6 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock, when the play unfolded that would change everything. Malik Nabers was running a deep route, trying to stretch the field for rookie quarterback Jackson Dart on his NFL debut as a starter. The Giants were leading 10-3 at that point, and it seemed like things were shaping up for a solid game. Nabers had already caught 2 passes for 20 yards, so he was actively involved, looking sharp, confident. But then came the play that everyone's going to be talking about for a long time. It was a 3rd and 10 from midfield. The Giants had a free play because the Chargers jumped offside, giving Dart the green light to take a shot down the field. And what a shot it was! Dart threw a deep ball down the right sideline, aiming for Nabers, who leapt high to make the catch. The stadium was electric, everyone on their feet, hoping for a big play. But as Nabers went up for the catch, something went wrong. He couldn't come down with it, and as he crashed to the turf, you could see the pain on his face. His legs bent awkwardly, and he immediately grabbed his right knee. You could tell just by the way he reacted that this was a serious injury. The trainers rushed out with the cart, and it was a somber moment. Nabers, with a towel over his face, was visibly in pain, and he raised his left hand to acknowledge the crowd as he was taken off the field. That's a sign of respect, but also a sign of how much he was hurting. The images of him being carried away are heartbreaking for Giants fans because you could see the pain and the uncertainty. Most concerning of all, NFL injury expert Dr. David Kao, who's well known for his detailed analysis, suggested that the replay indicates a tear in Nabers' ACL. And if that's true, folks, it means we're looking at a season-ending injury. The kind of injury that can sideline a player for the entire year and sometimes even longer, depending on the healing process and surgery. NFL Network confirmed these suspicions, and it's a huge blow to the Giants' offense, which was just starting to find some rhythm with Jackson Dart under center. Now, let's talk about the implications of this injury. Malik Nabers had been emerging as a key weapon in the Giants' passing game. His ability to stretch the field, make contested catches, and provide that reliable deep threat was vital for the team's offensive identity. Losing a player of his caliber, especially so early in the season, leaves a massive gap. The Giants now have to rely on Darius Slayton and Wan'Dale Robinson, who are talented but not quite on the same level as Nabers in terms of explosiveness and consistency. It's a tough spot for head coach Brian Daboll and the coaching staff because they need to find ways to adapt quickly. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. The Giants entered this season with expectations of improving on a 9-7-1 record from last year, aiming to secure a playoff spot and maybe even challenge for the division title. But with this injury, everything gets a little more complicated. The NFC East is brutally competitive, with teams like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders all vying for supremacy. A loss like this, especially to a young player with tons of potential, could be a setback that hampers their offensive production for weeks, if not the entire season. Looking back at the broader picture, the Giants' roster has been a mix of promising young talents and experienced veterans trying to find their rhythm. Jackson Dart, stepping in as the starter, has shown flashes of promise, but he's still developing. His connection with Nabers was a bright spot, a glimpse of hope for the future. Now, with Neighbors potentially out for a long stretch, Dart will have to rely more heavily on other receivers, which could force the coaching staff to tweak the game plan. It might mean more opportunities for guys like Darius Slayton, who's been a reliable target in the past, or Wandale Robinson, who's quick and elusive but needs to stay healthy himself. This injury also raises questions about the depth of the Giants' receiving core. They've been trying to build a more dynamic and versatile offense, but losing a player like Neighbors at this stage could slow down that process. It's a reminder of how brutal the NFL schedule can be and how often injuries can derail what looks like a promising season. The Giants, with just 1 win and 3 losses so far, are already under some pressure to turn things around. And losing a key offensive weapon like Neighbors adds a new layer of complexity to that challenge. Fans are naturally worried, and rightfully so. Malik Neighbors had been making a real impact. His speed, his ability to make plays downfield, and his knack for creating separation were all signs of a bright future. Now, everyone is wondering how the Giants will respond. Will they find a way to incorporate new targets? Will they lean more on their running game? Or perhaps, this injury will serve as a wake-up call for the team to elevate other players and show that they can overcome adversity. In the grand scheme, it's a part of the NFL narrative. Many teams face injuries, and some manage to rally and perform even better when faced with setbacks. The Giants have a resilient coaching staff, led by Brian Daboll, who's known for maximizing the potential of his roster, even when facing tough circumstances. They've been building a culture of grit and perseverance, and this situation will be a test of that resilience. How they adapt, how players step up, and how they handle the emotional toll of such an injury will be critical in the coming weeks. Looking ahead, there's no doubt that the Giants need to explore their options at wide receiver. They might look to the practice squad, call up someone from outside, or rely more heavily on the running game and tight ends to compensate. It's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity for other players to step into the spotlight. And with the season still young, there's plenty of time to adjust and find new ways to succeed. But make no mistake, losing a player like Malik Neighbors, especially with how promising he looked, is a blow that the entire organization will feel. It's a reminder of how unforgiving this sport can be, where a single play can change everything. Now, I want to shift gears just a little and talk about the broader context of the Giants' season. This injury occurs at a time when the NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in recent memory. The Eagles have been dominant, the Cowboys are always dangerous, and the Commanders are fighting hard to turn their season around. The Giants, meanwhile, are trying to find their footing, and setbacks like this make it even more challenging. But I believe in the resilience of this team. They've shown flashes of brilliance under Daboll, especially on defense and in their special teams, and now it's about rallying together offensively to overcome this hurdle. The Giants fan base, known for their passion and loyalty, will be watching closely. They've seen their team face adversity before and come back stronger. The key now is how the coaching staff and players respond. Will they adapt quickly? Will others step up and fill the void? That's what makes football so unpredictable and exciting. Every week brings new challenges, and every setback tests the true character of a team. The Giants have a history of fighting through tough times, and I believe they'll show that again. And let's not forget, this injury also impacts the long-term outlook. The Giants are trying to build something sustainable, something that can compete year after year. Losing Neighbors might be a setback now, but it's also an opportunity for other players to develop and for the team to rally around a common goal. Coach Daboll has always emphasized the importance of depth, resilience, and mental toughness, and this situation will be a test of those qualities. The NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint, and how the Giants handle this obstacle could define their entire campaign. As we look toward the future, fans will be eager to see how the team responds. Will they make a move in the trade market? Will they promote someone from the practice squad? Or will they rely on their existing depth and hope that other receivers can elevate their game? Whatever the strategy, it's clear that the Giants will need to dig deep and find new ways to stay competitive. And remember, a season is full of twists and turns, and sometimes adversity can be the catalyst for growth. In the end, what matters most is the resilience of this organization and the character of its players. Malik Neighbors' injury is a setback, no doubt about it, but it's also a chapter in the ongoing story of the Giants' quest for greatness. They've faced tough times before, and they've always shown the ability to bounce back. The NFC East is unforgiving, but it's also full of opportunities for teams willing to fight through adversity. The Giants are no strangers to that, and I believe they'll come out stronger on the other side. So, for all the fans watching, stay tuned, stay supportive, and keep believing in this team. The season isn't over, and the journey continues. The Giants have a lot of football ahead, and I'm confident they'll find a way to adapt and keep fighting. Remember, it's not just about one player or one game. It's about the spirit of the team, the passion of the fans, and the relentless pursuit of victory. And I'll be right here, bringing you all the latest updates, analysis, and insights. So make sure you subscribe, share, and stay engaged because this story is far from over. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Malik Neighbors' injury and how do you see the team bouncing back? Do you think they have enough depth to overcome this? Are you confident in Jackson Dart and the coaching staff to keep the offense functioning? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, this is a community of passionate fans who love this team and want to see them succeed. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and all the latest news, so stay tuned. This season is far from over, and the Giants are still in the fight. Let's keep the faith alive and keep supporting this incredible team as they navigate through these challenging times. Thanks for being with me today, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue to cover everything Giants. Stay strong, stay proud, and as always, let's go Giants!